continuing to explore Vedanta. Exploring Vedanta, for most of us, it becomes very difficult for us to experience, understand that how can it be that I am Brahman? How is it possible? How can it be just through Vedanta I can remove all my suffering, all my troubles, all my problems and issues of life? What's so great about it? There is a beautiful story which I am going to predict. You remember we shared with you all in the last week called the superimposition and desuperimposition. That is, in Vivekananda's word, hypnotization and dehypnotization. This is a similar story in which you will find adhyara apavada is a Sanskrit word. What it means is that apparently we are hypnotized in this world, thinking that I am this body, I'm the name, I've got a form and function and my family. And dehypnotization of that concept is there's a beautiful stories by the rishis of the ancient India, thousands of years ago. It made it so simple and crystal clear. And after all, we all love to learn through stories. So there is one beautiful story which goes on to, the queen of the time of the Kashi, Banaras Kashi, the neighboring state in the kingdom, queen was having her 5-year-old prince a birthday celebration, and neighboring state was the kingdom of India's capital, Kashi, and the princess of Kashi, also 5-year-old, similar age group, was very pretty. So the queen of this neighboring state decided and told her people, let us have Princess of Kashi as a play for my son's birthday. So they searched for a girl who is close to as pretty as the Princess of Kashi and who could play in that role. But they couldn't find in the kingdom anyone. They came to the queen. What should we do, Your Highness? The queen said, why don't you dress up my own son, whose birthday it is? 5-year-old boy, and he is very smart and handsome. So they dressed him up. And he really looked like a very pretty princess. And the whole show went off very well. And queen was so pleased that she called the Raj, the painter. And Raj painter came down and painted a portrait for the prince. Queen kept it a few days in her chamber, and then it went on to attic, the storeroom, and it was there. Now the 5-year-old prince continued to grow and did lots of nice princely things and went on to learn great war stuff, study great Upanishads, Shastras, and travel and hunted and played games and all those princely things. And he grown up to be a very handsome 20-year-old young prince going to be the king. One day he was roaming around in his palace and he happened to wander around and venture into the attic. The same storehouse. He went to the storehouse and he was looking around and he suddenly found this beautiful painting of so pretty a girl. And when the prince looked at this girl in the painting, he fell in love with her. He said, I have to marry this girl and she will be my queen. But he was very shy. He couldn't tell his mom, dad, queen, king. He couldn't tell anyone. And he started losing interest in his sport, in his studies, in going out for hunt. And he was quiet, mooning around, hardly eating anything, missing the girl. King and queen were worried. They asked one of their minister who had grown up during this tiny baby's age onwards, and he knew the prince very well. He goes to the prince and says, "Prince, what ails thee? What's the problem? Why are you like this? Tell me, you can share with me." The prince decided to share. Prince said, "I am in love." So the minister said, "That's very nice. Who is the girl?" He said, "She's the princess." "Really? That's even better. And where did you meet her?" "No, I have not met her. She's Princess of Kashi." "Princess of Kashi? How did you come to know of her?" "No, I saw her painting." "You saw her painting? Oh, can you show me the painting?" the minister asked the prince. Prince said, "Sure," and took the minister across to the attic, to the storeroom. And as he went to the storeroom and went to the painting, the minister, everything flashed in his mind. And the minister told, "Listen, Prince, you better sit down." Prince said, "Why? This is not Princess of Kashi." He said, "Whoever she is, I am going to marry her and her only, and she will be my queen." Then the minister explained to the prince, "Listen, she is not a princess. Tat Tvam Asi, you are that." And then he explained to him that 5-year-old, 15 years ago, how the play happened, how he was dressed up by the queen's order, and he looked so pretty that the queen said, "Make a portrait." And the Raj painter made the portrait of you. "This is you." And the moment Prince heard that, all that desire, all that mourning, all that suffering, it just vanished. Dehypnotized, desuperimposition. Earlier he was hypnotized, superimposed. Adhyara apabada. Now this you will find in all the Vedantic tales, ancient rishis, most complex subject. How will nirvana help me to remove all suffering? How can it be? Firstly, I don't even know that I am Brahman. And then you say, I will realize Brahman and all my suffering will go away. How can it be? Notice this beautiful story. I am the prince. I have the Brahman within me. But I do not know that. And I do not know that this consciousness, Brahman, is within me. That princess, which I didn't know, that actually it is me. Who is the princess? Princess is the Brahman. Princess is the Ishvara, is the God. Taking on this Adhyara Apavada, taking on to Vedanta Sara. Vedanta Sara is a book which everybody has to read, and especially the monks in the ashramas, they have to learn the essence of the Vedanta through Vedanta Sara. Originally in the 15th century, Sadanand Yogendra Saraswati, in 15th century wrote Vedanta Sara. This is exploring Advaita Vedanta. And later on in the 19th century, Swami Nikhilananda wrote this, making it more easily modern languages. You know what is it? Simple truths. What is Satya, of Brahman, of Maya, and the individual sentient beings is being explained. One of the main players of this setting up of the system of the Vedanta, the ultimate reality is the Brahman. And this Brahman is the essence through the Vedanta Sara, through the Vedanta, Aham Brahmasmi, is coming out through this. Brahman is simply the vast, which is expanding limitlessly. Vast, expanding, infinite, expanding limitlessly. And it is the absolute existence. Existence. Remember? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, existence. Chit, consciousness. Ananda. That existence, Sat and Chit, are not separate. Maya and Brahman are not separate. Maya is within the Brahman, created by the Brahman. Maya is the power of Brahman, but given by Brahman itself. So, this absolute existence, consciousness, bliss, Ananda is non-dual, only one. But then you are saying Brahman and you are saying Maya. There are two, no? No. Which makes it very simple to understand that the Maya is not another separate from the Brahman. It is not like, let's say, the milk and the water. If you mix it together, is it like that? Brahman and Maya? No. Because milk has a separate existence, water a separate existence. Then it is like the snake and the rope. It is, see, there is only one existence, and that is the Brahman. Maya is the superimposition, and this is what is called that when you realize Brahman, you dehypnotize yourself. I am not this body. Now, how do you explain this? Explanation of this is through the Maya. And understand the concept of Maya in Advaita Vedanta. You must have heard this statement. Anything, something confusing comes in and everybody says, ye to Maya hai. No? You keep hearing. Maya is an appearance in Brahman. It is not apart from it. It is making Brahman still. Brahman remains non-dual. And Maya is just a projection of. It is like a TV screen. Whether it is a love scene going on or a fighting scene going on, either one, the TV screen is the one which is the truth. Without a screen, you cannot see anything. So the Brahman and Maya existing on their own, and Brahman is existing along with Maya. What you experience? What are you experiencing? Experiencing is this world outside. Remember the 2022 Allen Aspect, Joel Zellinger, and the Nobel laureates got the Nobel Prize. This world is not real, meaning this world appears to be real, which is Maya. They didn't know the wording of the Maya, the Nobel laureate, but they explained through the science that there has to be an observer for the world to be present. For you to see the moon, full moon night, 23rd of April when, you have to be present to see the moon. If you are not there, the moon is not there. So this is what the three scientists explain. There has to be an observer and explain through various, we have discussed about it before, and there is the recording. Observer has to be there. Who is the observer here? Is the Brahman, is the consciousness. And through the power of the Maya is experiencing. But remember, Brahman is limited by Maya. Maya is distorting Brahman. You know, God of this universe, Ishvara, when it is coupled with Maya, Brahman coupled with Maya is God, is Ishvara. Definition of God and Ishvara is Brahman coupled with Maya. You call it Swaguna Brahman. In Vedanta, Brahman is Nirguna Brahman, and this is Swaguna Brahman. Now, Maya has a total two aspects. One individual aspect, and this is called Vikshepa and Avarana. Now, understand, Brahman with Maya is Ishvara. What about you and me? We are the Jiva. So what is Jiva? A tiny aspect of the Maya is coupled with the Brahman, is you and me. But this tiny aspect of the Maya is equally powerful as to understand a tiny bit of cobra's poison can kill you. It doesn't have to be the whole poison that the cobra carries. But notice one thing. Amazing. Cobra carries all that poison, but nothing happens to it. Brahman is carrying all that Maya. Carrying in the sense, Maya is expressing through the Brahman, being powered So little bit of Maya and tiny aspect, that power of the Maya is Jiva, is you and me. Okay? Understood? Now, the example of the cobra, individual aspect of the Maya is creating sentient like you and me. We are called Jiva. Now, Maya distorts Brahman. Like, remember in the darkened alley you were walking and you saw a snake and everybody shouted, snake, snake, snake. And you threw your mobile light and you found, no, it is a coiled up rope. It's not a snake. So, rope is the Brahman, but it is distorted by Maya, which is Avarana and Vikshepa. Avarana is actually veiling. It makes it appear. And Vikshepa is actually distorting the image. Make it look like a snake and not make the rope look like a rope. It is distorting. Maya is distorting Brahman all the time. Now, eternal and non-eternal. Eternal is the Brahman, non-eternal is, which is Swaguna Brahman, which is with Maya. One Maya is making look eternal as non-eternal. Making eternal Brahman look like you and me, this world, this universe. And making infinite, unlimited as limited and finite. Infinite Brahman is making it look like this world, this universe, like you and me. It is making look pure subject. Subject is the drashta, seer, is Brahman. Look like an object. Object is, remember the definition of object, definition of experience is an object plus consciousness. Brahman consciousness with an object is an experience. So I have to have an object and I have to be conscious. If I'm unconscious in coma, I can't see anything. So now, what is Maya doing? Unchanging Brahman is making it look like a changing, like you and me. Body is aging, mind is changing, and we are birth to death. Now, understanding Maya, you can create that foundation. Birth and end is death. All life forms has a beginning and an end. Birth to death. Human beings are the only one who is known, just knowing it, Brahman, knowing it, awareness of Maya. You have beginning, that is birth, but no end. You become knower of Brahman. Infinite is the potential. How is it? After all, we are going to die. Yes, the body will die. Robbin Ghosh's body will die. But Robbin Ghosh may not be dead. If people like, remember, like, let's say, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or let's say, Freud, Bertrand Russell, they're philosophers, they're not dead. Or let's say Sadananda Saraswati, whose name I took just now. He's not dead. We are studying Vedanta, Sara and remembering him all the time. So, Maya is making unchanging Brahman as changing. Eternal bliss of Brahman, Maya is making it world of suffering, sickness, disease, poverty, financial problem, relationship problem. So, making pleasure into pain, sukha into duksha, rope into a snake. So this world, this universe is the wreckage, as per the Vivekananda's description. He said this universe, this world is the wreckage of the infinite universe on the shores of space, time and causation. This world, this universe, Vivekananda is saying, is a wreckage of the infinite on the shores of time, space and causation. So, it would mean that humble footnote. This wreckage doesn't mean ship of the wreckage, meaning it is actually. No, it appears to be. It appears to be, in our perspective, that it is a wreckage, this universe. So this is actually ignorance, our ignorance. That ignorance is because the Maya has the power to conceal that avarana of Maya and projection, creating that world like a real wreckage. The understanding now, the princes of Kashi, once again, understanding that actually the princess Kashi was not there. It is the prince who was dressed up like the prince. Hypnotization, dehypnotization. This Vedanta Sara is a book which, if you lay your hand on, have a look at it. Powerful learning, very simple methodology through which a nice English translation by Nikhil Ananda. Come, let's have some more fun on this coming Sunday. We'll go over this Vedanta Sara. Jai Guru.